This is the Deep Dive from Global Heroes, where positive stories get the spotlight they deserve. Stay inspired by signing up for our newsletter and following us at Global Heroes across social media. Okay, so let's dive in. We got that request to really dig into the source material about Logan, Utah, specifically what it offers in the summer.
That's right. And, the picture that emerges from these sources is, well, it's kind of this undiscovered treasure.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the sheer mix of things going on there.
Exactly. That's the mission, right? To figure out why is this treasure, what's in that blend. The material points to summer adventures, culture, local food.
Yeah, a really surprising range. You've got serious outdoor stuff right next to, like, a professional arts scene.
And this foodie trek idea, plus living history, it's a lot. And the location, too, makes sense as a stop on the way to Yellowstone or the Tetons.
Definitely. And what really jumped out at me was how close the nature is. I mean, the sources say you can be in the national forest like 10 minutes after leaving downtown Logan.
10 minutes. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really accessible.
Right. And that puts you right at the start of the Logan Canyon National Scenic Byway.
Okay, tell me about that, the byway.
Well, it's about 69 kilometers long. It goes through these really dramatic limestone cliffs, follows the Logan River, lots of forest.
Thanks, beautiful.
Yeah, and it ends up at Bear Lake, which is famous for its, like, super turquoise water.
And even before you get deep into the canyon, right there near town, the sources list a ton of activities.
Oh, yeah. Hiking, picnics, mountain biking is mentioned, canoeing, fishing, bird watching.
Even renting horses or those side-by-side RZRs.
Yep, those two, for exploring trails. Plus photography, rock climbing. It seems like you can get a pretty solid outdoor experience without needing a massive expedition.
Okay, so you have this really easy access to rugged nature. But then the sources also call Logan Utah's heart of the arts in the summer. How does that work?
It sounds pretty substantial, actually. The materials mention 3 historic theaters downtown, plus 2 more venues up on the Utah State University campus.
And they're hosting professional shows.
Professional performances, yeah. And the number is, well, it's impressive. Over 150 live performing arts events just from mid-June through August.
Whoa. That's a packed calendar.
It really is. And on top of that, they apparently have free hour-long concerts every single summer weekday downtown.
Every weekday. Okay, so the art scene isn't just a side note. It's like a major feature.
Seems that way. And they've also got this new downtown plaza, Lao Plaza, with a splash pad, spots for live performances, fire pits, big games. It sounds like the town center itself is part of the experience.
Right, connecting the arts to the public space. Okay, let's switch gears slightly. The sources also talk about Logan being in this agricultural area, Cache Valley.
Yeah, it's the biggest city there. And that farming background feeds into something they call the Foodie Trek and Signature Products Tour.
The Foodie Trek. Okay, what exactly is that? It's not just restaurants, is it?
No, not really. It focuses on stuff that's actually made or grown right there in the valley but gets shipped, like globally.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Well, Gossner Foods, they do cheese and that shelf-stable boxed milk. Then there's Aggie ice cream from the university, which has been around for over 100 years.
100 years of ice cream. Sign me up.
Ah, right. Also, Cafe Ibis coffee, which you see in specialty shops. And then, this is a surprise for me, Pepperidge Farm cookies and goldfish crackers.
Wait, Pepperidge Farm. Goldfish crackers are made in Logan, Utah.
Apparently so, according to the sources. That and things like Cox Honeyland products, Bluebird chocolates. It's quite a list.
That is surprising. You wouldn't normally connect those big brands to a specific place like that. And there's a history angle too, right? Something about experiencing the past.
Yeah, the American West Heritage Center. It's described as this big outdoor living history museum, like 65 hectares.
Outdoor museum. They're not just displays.
No, very hands-on. The sources mention things like learning to throw a hatchet.
Okay.
Milking a cow, playing old pioneer games, watching a blacksmith, taking wagon or pony rides, seeing bison.
Bison too. Cool.
Yeah, making crafts, listening to stories. It sounds like it's really set up for you to, step back in time for a bit.
So putting it all together, what does this combination mean for someone thinking about visiting in the summer?
Well, you've got the intense, easy access outdoors stuff. You've got this really surprisingly rich art scene. You have unique local food connections, some global. And then this hands-on history piece. It's more than just something for everyone.
Right. It feels more like a place where you could genuinely have a day that includes like a serious mountain bike ride in the morning.
Yeah.
Then maybe check out that Foodie Trek stuff, maybe milk a cow in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then go see a professional play downtown in the evening.
Yeah.
It's like A crash course in different facets of the West, all crammed into one valley.
Exactly. It gives you this really layered understanding, doesn't it? Which leads to kind of a final thought, I guess.
Yeah.
Given this mix, a town known for outdoor adventure, also having a major arts festival or global food brands alongside a living history farm, the interesting question is, how does a place actually pull that off? How do you weave those really different threads together into one identity that works?
That is the interesting question, isn't it? How do they make that blend feel cohesive? Hmm. Something to think about.
Definitely. And if you, the listener, want to explore it more, the sources mentioned checking out explorelogan.com. They've got area info and the event calendar there.
Good tip. ExploreLogan.com. Well, that was a fascinating look at a place with a surprisingly diverse offering. Thanks for listening to the Global Heroes podcast. Stay uplifted with our newsletter. Follow us on your favorite socials and experience more stories of hope in It's a Beautiful World on Prime Video.